the next question, and we're going to spin that wheel. Spin wheel.
Number one.
Number one, question number one.
Do all ghosts interact or play tricks on animals as well?
Yes, they do. They will mess with an animal because an animal is consciousness. Everything that moves is some kind of fragment of a consciousness. As humans are fragments of their higher self. So you're all fragments of the consciousness. So the individual will say, "Oh, dogs don't have a soul," they're talking from their jockey's butt, literally. Everything has a consciousness, whether you want to call it soul, whatever. Which I don't even, they use that word in so many ways. It's almost like using the word love. It's like whatever, man. It's alive, and if you weren't so freaking dense, you would see the personality in that animal. And there are people who have pets who know that that pet has a personality. It has its likes, its dislikes. Some are cool, some are jerks, just like people. Anything as small as like a hamster has its own little personality. So it depends on who and what animal they decide to haunt or harass. I mean, I've had experiences with animals that have been possessed. And sometimes you can tell it's like when you look at a person, I don't know if sometimes people are looking at people who are possessed, but they aren't really registering it when somebody's acting pretty bizarre. But there are those who said, I look in that person's eyes and they don't seem to be themselves because they're not themselves. Something is basically, pushed whoever was in the driver's seat aside and decided they're going to take the wheel. So same thing can happen in animals. I had a dog that was a family dog, and I realized after a certain point that it was being possessed. And as again, Ms. L was staying with us at the time, and they very much know that she's very intense. She can see a lot more than most people can see in this world. So something would get in that dog, and he would harass her. And his name was Moto. And at one point she said, "Hey, Moto, cut it out." And so he speaks to her in her mind and says, "My name's not Moto, my name's Bob." Hey, Bob. Okay. So I would, so when he would get kind of weird, I would grab hold of him and I'd look at him in his eyes, and either the left or the right eye would be cloudy. And then I said, "Oh, okay. I think when I see cloudiness in his eyes, you're possessed, aren't you?" So once he comes, trotting up or whatever, and he's possessed, I know he's possessed. I said, "Hey, Bob, I know you're in there." And he got a guilty look on his face and left the room.